I remember during Thanksgiving, this girl that I invited ended up going under the table while my father was saying grace, and out of nowhere, she ends up pulling off my pants and touching my eggplant at Thanksgiving. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another insane but embarrassing story. So today's story all takes place back, I want to say, like, when I was in grade 10. And grade 10 was one of the most insane years ever. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a major player, and I really did not care about anyone but myself. This sounds really mean, but honestly, growing up, I guess I could say that I was really closed off from the world. Like, yeah, I was a player and interacted with people, but I only hung out with people that benefited me in some way. And I'll say this right now, it is not a good way of living. But me, I didn't know any better since I was in grade 10, and I remember around November in my grade 10 year, which funny enough, I'm actually recording this video in November, and as you guys may know, in November, Thanksgiving is coming up. And Thanksgiving, honestly, is one of those holidays that I really never appreciated back when I was younger. But now that, you know, I've gotten this far in life and gone through so many experiences, and thanks to you guys making these experiences worth it, I gotta say, I have a lot to be thankful for. Continuing on with the story, a couple months before November, I remember one of my old sneaky links ended up walking up to me. Now, this girl, she was a sneaky link before, but she ended up getting a boyfriend. And I remember when she came up to me, I was severely surprised. But then that's when she said to me, "Hey, Bubba, honestly, like, I feel really bad that, like, me and you, like, can't see each other anymore. But I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm happy with my boyfriend and everything, but I don't want to leave you empty-handed." To be honest, it was kind of insane that she put pity on me, but at the same time, like, she didn't know how many, like, you know, backups I really had aside from her. I ended up not saying anything and saying to her instead, "Oh, don't worry about it. It really means nothing." No, like, seriously, like, there's this one girl I know, she thinks you're super cute, and I thought, you know, I could, like, basically, like, you know, put you guys together. Okay, I'm kind of down, I guess. Who is she? And that's when she pulls out her phone and ends up showing me a photo of a girl that was, like, a legit 10 out of 10. Now, I remember when I saw this photo, I couldn't believe it, to be honest. Like, seeing a 10 out of 10 is kind of insane. To be fair, though, it kind of made me sad that I ended up becoming sneaky links with the uglier friend, but, you know, it is what it is. I remember I ended up saying to her, "Oh, like, I'm down to actually meet her. What's her number?" And that's when she gave me her number, and I ended up messaging her right away. I remember when I texted her, I tried to play it cool, and I'm like, "Hey, so your friend just told me that I should hit you up. So I was wondering, are you down to, like, hang out sometime?" I remember when I said this, instantly I got a reply back, and that's when she said over the phone, "Oh yeah, honestly, like, my girlfriend kept talking about you, and honestly, like, you seem super cute, so, like, I don't know, do you like dinner?" Yeah, I eat dinner. When do you want to go out?" "Oh, I don't know, maybe, like, tomorrow if you're down." Sure." And that's when me and her, we ended up going on a date, and well, one thing led to another. We realized we both didn't want relationships and started becoming sneaky links. Now, if you guys don't know the term sneaky link, because I realize that a lot of people don't understand it in this day and age, but a sneaky link is only someone that you hang out with when you want to do the devil's tango. So realistically, all the friends that were girls back in high school, I'm not gonna lie to you, they were all sneaky links. I don't just become friends with girls just because I can. Most of the time back in high school, I only had them as sneaky links. I know this sounds really mean and super objectifying, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know any better since I was a high schooler. But going on with the story, I remember when me and this 10 out of 10 became sneaky links, one thing I started to realize was that since she was a 10 out of 10, she was 10 times more freaky, which, to be fair, at the time I wasn't actually that surprised about, because one thing I realized is that the more hotter girls are, the more crazier they are as well. There's no girl that's super attractive and not crazy. At least I have never seen one in my life, even still to this day as I'm telling the story. But I remember me and her became sneaky links for a while, me and this girl, and we became sneaky links for, I want to say, a couple months, until November finally came around. And this is where things get insane, because I remember there was one time my sneaky link ended up coming over one night, and she came over, and me and her, we ended up doing the devil's tango. And I remember after we finished, she ended up staying the night with me. Now, it was a weekend, and I didn't think anyone was gonna be home the next morning, but the next morning when I woke up, I ended up waking up to my mom literally being beside my bed, totally confused on who in the world was the girl beside me. I remember waking up and I look at her, I'm like, "Mom, what are you doing here?" "Bubba, I came to give you your underwear that was in the laundry, but who is this woman?" And that's when the girl woke up and she's like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you, Bubba's mom." She started to introduce herself as if she was like my girlfriend, and that's when I had the great idea to say, "Oh, mom, this is my girlfriend." I remember both my mom and my sneaky link look at me as if I'm insane, and I felt insane for saying it, but I remember it was the only way I could get out of this situation without making me look like a total player. And mom, if you're watching this video, I am severely sorry. But after saying she was my girlfriend, I remember my mom ends up introducing herself and trying to be nice to the girl that I claimed to be my girlfriend. As for my sneaky link, well, she just played along, not knowing at all what was going on. And when my mom finally left my room, I remember my sneaky link looks at me and says, wait, so like, are we like actually dating? What? No, obviously, you literally said you didn't want a relationship. Well, I know that, but like, now your family thinks we're dating. Like, what's gonna happen when you tell them we're not? Well, I don't know. To be honest, that's a later problem. And me and her, we honestly just went back to doing the Devil's Tango, which sounds like a really bad idea at the time, but honestly, I wasn't thinking straight. But going on, I remember right after we did the Devil's Tango, me and this girl ended up going upstairs to the kitchen to get something to eat. And since my mom was home and already knew that she was, you know, existing in my life as my sneaky link, or technically for her, it was my girlfriend, I didn't see a reason why she should leave and go out the window like she usually would. But I remember as we got upstairs, my mom ends up seeing me and the girl, and she looks at me and says, Baba, don't you want to, you know, invite your girlfriend to Thanksgiving? I remember I ended up looking at my sneaky link, and she looks at me and she's like, I mean, I don't know, Baba, do you want me to come to Thanksgiving? And since she worded it like that, obviously I couldn't say no. Cause like, if someone says, oh, I don't know, do you want me to go? Usually the other person's gonna say, yeah, sure, why not? Even though they really don't want you there. So I remember I ended up saying literally those words, yeah, I mean, why not? You're my girlfriend. And that's when she ended up kind of holding back her laugh. And my mom ends up, you know, kind of giving me that head nod of approval that most parents give when they're trying to be low key, when in reality, it's not actually that low key. And now this is where everything just goes wrong. I don't know what it was, but basically I remember the day of Thanksgiving was the most awkward day, because I remember on Thanksgiving Day, I was in my room playing Call of Duty, and then that's when my sneaky link texts me. She texts me saying, hey, are you sure you want me to like still come over for Thanksgiving? I mean, yeah, why not? I don't really see an issue with it. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell my parents that I'm going to a friend's house, and I'll be at your place in like a couple minutes. All right, sounds good, is what I told her. And I remember I ended up going upstairs and talking to my parents. I basically told them, Mom, Dad, my girlfriend's gonna come over, so like, just don't be embarrassing, don't be weird, don't be awkward. Just like, you know, don't say anything weird about me especially, okay? Oh, Baba, she's your girlfriend. She should know all about you. Not everything, you know? We're still like kind of new into the relationship, is what I told them. But I'm gonna be honest here, my parents really did not care. Anyways, as the time went on, the doorbell rang and my girlfriend finally came over. Or should I say my girlfriend finally came over. She came over and said, hi, like, it's nice to meet everyone. And we all went straight to the dinner table to sit down for food. As we sat down, I remember something felt really off about my girlfriend, and I really did not know what it was. But I remember she ends up looking at me, and as we're saying grace, she ends up grabbing my leg. I have really no idea why she was being weird, so I ended up looking and leaning towards her while everyone was saying thanks, and said, yo, you good? What's wrong with you? Oh, I don't know. One of my friends gave me like this honey palette, and like, honestly, like, I'm really in the mood, Baba. Wait, what? Yeah, like, I don't know. You being next to me is like triggering me. It's triggering you? Are you good? Obviously, I didn't say that out loud, but I said that in my mind. So I thought the next best thing to do would probably be switching spots with someone and sitting across from her instead of in front of her. But that was an even more big mistake, because I remember when I sat across from her, she kept staring into my eyes and kept biting her lip really awkwardly. And me, I'm just trying to eat my turkey dinner, but she just kept going on with the lip biting and the awkwardness to the point where I'm like, yo, you need to chill out. Me kind of like saying it with my teeth kind of closed and trying not to make it seem like I'm really just annoyed. But that's when my sneaky link ended up having the craziest idea ever, where she actually ended up dropping a fork by mistake, or I guess, you know, jokingly by mistake, going under the dinner table, and she reaches straight for my pants. No joke, I started panicking. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't worry about it, is what she whispered under the dinner table, as if my eggplant was talking to me. And well, one thing led to another. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say anything more than the word Devil's Tango ended up happening while she was under the table. I remember my dad ends up looking at me saying, Baba, is it hard finding the fork under there? I don't know. I'll go down there and check, is what I said, really awkwardly moaning as well. And that's when I went under my family dinner table and I saw her, and I'm like, what are you doing? Stop. And I end up pulling up my pants and telling her, listen, after this we can do whatever we want, okay? But go back up there and eat your damn dinner. You promise? Yeah, I promise. Just go back up. I remember I ended up pushing her to her side of the table, and I went back on mine, and we ended up sitting down eating normally. And honestly, I gotta say, it was super awkward in that moment because I really did not know what to think. But after the dinner, obviously me and her, we went straight downstairs and we did the Devil's Tango just to get it out of her system. I gotta say, it was super awkward going through that entire thing. But honestly, I am never inviting a sneaky link to another family dinner. But if you guys have ever celebrated Thanksgiving, then follow for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys. Okay, so knowing Thanksgiving is coming up, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. I am very thankful for each and every single one of you guys that watch this channel and make my life a better place. Like, seriously, you guys really have changed my life since the beginning of me making content, and it blows my mind how much you guys watch these videos. Like, seriously, I love you. But I mean, other than that, like I always say, make sure to do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Brand new stories every day coming at you guys for the amazing holidays like Thanksgiving. By the way, comment down below what you're thankful for. I'm thankful for my hot Fortnite girlfriend. She's really hot. And yeah, anyways, let's keep going with the story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy, insane story. So knowing it's Thanksgiving, I'm not gonna lie. I had once a really bad Thanksgiving experience, and it was like the most weirdest thing ever. Like, knowing the title of this video, you guys are probably gonna be like, dude, there's no way this actually happened to you. And trust me, it has. But the way I ended up going at it was very interesting. You see, it all starts back when I was in high school. Back when I was in high school, I remember there was this one girl that I was kind of seeing at the time. Not really seeing. It's more of like a fling, to be honest. Like, I don't really count flings as actually seeing someone or dating someone unless you like pop the question like as if you're getting married. I don't know. That's like my figure of it. But I mean, going on though, I remember out of nowhere one time, this fling of mine basically walked up to me saying, hey, like, so my family's having Thanksgiving dinner and everyone in my family is like dating someone, and like I don't really want to be like a 10th wheel in my family. So like I was wondering, like, do you want to come and like, you know, be my date? I looked at her and I'm like, are you literally asking me to come to your house when I've never met your parents and be there for Thanksgiving dinner? She looks at me, she's like, yeah, like, don't worry, like, you won't miss Thanksgiving with your family. It's literally the day before like actual Thanksgiving, because you know it's hard to find family time, whatever that means. So I remember I look at her and I'm like, oh sure, like why not, you know, like I care about you somewhat, so I'm down. She looks at me and she's like, okay, bet, like here's the address, just make sure you come on time. Seriously, I need you to be there. So I said okay. I go home, and the day before Thanksgiving comes around, and I realize that I know I need to get dressed and it look good, so I wear a nice outfit. I wear a nice dress shirt and basically normal pants and a belt, basically the basic outfit. And yes, I was wearing black Vans. You can never go wrong with black Vans. I love my black Vans. Sorry, I'm getting all dramatic here, but you know what I'm saying, guys. Black Vans are good in every outfit. And when I put on the outfit, I remember I got in my car, I drove down there, and I went to the parking lot to go park my car, and I realized that there were so many cars parked in front of this person's house. I'm like, holy cow, how many relatives do you have? Like, how many babies can come out of one person? Like, it was crazy, dude. So I remember I parked my car on the side of the street instead, and I walk inside and I knock on the door, and instantly I just see this old woman open the door, and she's like, which girl do you have? The younger one. And then I see this 12-year-old come out of nowhere. I'm like, no. I meant that one. And I pointed at her as she's walking past the door, and she's like, oh my goodness, Bubba, you came. And then she literally came and like hugged me, and like everyone's like, aw, as if it was like super awkward. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, great, this is a great start. So I go in there, and obviously when you enter into like a family's home, you guys know that feeling with when your parents like kind of make you like say hi to everyone, be polite and all that stuff. Yeah, I had to do that. So I had to walk up to every single person, shake their musty, crusty hands, and literally just like be like, hi, I'm Bubba. Hi, I'm Bubba. Hi, I'm Bubba. Hi, I'm the guy banging your daughter. Hi, I'm Bubba. Like, it was just super awkward. And then I remember like, you know, we're all sitting down talking and stuff, and this whole time, and I mean the whole entire time, guys, it was so cringe. This girl would latch onto me as if we're like in middle school, like a middle school couple, dude. Like, she would like hold on to me, grab me by my shoulder, and be like, hey, like, oh my god, like, you're so like, yes, like, holy cow, dude, like, I'm just here for Thanksgiving. And then out of nowhere, I remember as like, you know, everything was going on and stuff, the dad comes in front of the family and he's like, okay guys, today we're gonna be saying one thing we're very thankful for. Dude, what was I gonna say? I thought I had to be maybe, you know, say something cute and be like, oh, your daughter that I'm definitely doing the devil's tango with, but obviously I can't say that. So I remember I'm just sitting there, you know, everyone's going their turn, the little boys are like, oh, like my cool new race car, and like the grandma saying another year to live. But out of nowhere, I remember it came to the girl's turn that was beside me that invited me to this Thanksgiving dinner in the first place, and she says, oh, like, I'm very thankful for my man here, Bubba, you're awesome. And I'm like, what? Thanks, yeah. And it came to my turn, and I was like, I'm thankful for my car, it drives me places. And everyone just starts laughing, and then like this girl beside me just looks at me and she's like, really? What was I gonna say? Like, hello, I literally just met your family. I don't like love you, like, relax. I didn't say that to her, but god did I want to. Anyways, going on, family dinner came around, and we all sat around the family dinner. We sat around the, you know, this big, you know, table, and me and her, we sat across from each other. And me, I'm just kind of like sitting beside like these two like older brothers that she has, and it was like super awkward, and I'm like sitting there and being like, okay, just eat, dip, eat and dip. Basically, that was my plan the whole entire time that was running through my head. And I remember we all sitting down, we're all gonna start eating, but before we do, we had to say grace. So So, you know, the father was saying grace for like a good 10 minutes. Like, holy cow, dude. Like, you don't have to preach to the damn choir. We get it. We're just trying to eat here. But basically, he said grace and blah, blah, blah. We start eating. And as we start eating, I'm not gonna lie, the food was amazing. I wish I could stay there longer and eat the food. But as usual, my life isn't simple. My life is not easy, okay? Something always bad has to happen. So out of nowhere, I remember literally this girl, she started playing footsies with me. If you guys don't know what footsies is, it's basically when two people that are sitting across from each other start kind of like playing with their feet together. I don't know. It's a weird kink that some people have. And if you play footsies, you're weird. But yeah, it was really awkward. So I remember she started doing that. I kept looking at her, like opening my eyes wider, saying, stop it. Stop it. You know, trying to make sure, like, you know, to tell her, hey, we're around your family. Chill out. But she just wasn't having it. She was just in the mood. She was like, I really want to do it right now. Like, she was just like really in the mood, dude. And like, I didn't know what to say. So I remember I was just sitting there kind of panicking. And then out of nowhere, this girl thought it was a good idea to drop her fork. On purpose, by the way. I knew it was on purpose, but to her whole family, it was like it was an accident. So she goes, oops, like I just dropped my fork. Like, I'm gonna go find it under the table. Her grandma offered to go under the table, but I knew that that was not the reason she was going under the table. Anyways, she literally goes under the table and she literally goes up to my, you know, pants, and she undid my belt. And yeah, for YouTube monetization's sake, I'm not gonna say what really happens, but I think we all know what's going on. Basically, I got the devil's head during family dinner with their two brothers right beside me. Holy cow, dude. I thought I was in like a straight up like devil's hub video. Like, it was scary, dude. I didn't know what to say. I was panicking. I'm like, okay, this is not the right thing to do. You know what? I should not do this right now. You know what? I'm gonna stop this right now. So I remember I end up dropping my fork on the ground on purpose, and I go under there, and right as I go under there, I see her like smiling at me, and like I pull up my pants. I'm like, dude, you gotta stop. Like, we can't do this. You gotta stop. And she looks at me. She's like, but like, I'm in the mood, Baba. Like, come on. And I'm like, no, like, we can't. We literally can't. And then out of nowhere, you just hear me and her just talking, and I bet like the people above us were like kind of like, what in the world is going on? And then I remember she instantly just grabs my face and starts kissing me under the table on Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm like, okay, this is so not right. Why are we doing this? This is not good. This is not good. And I start panicking even more and more, to the point where her dad ends up coming up to us under the table saying, listen, son, I know you really like my daughter and everything, but you need to calm down and take a seat and be mature for your age. Dude, what? It made no sense to me how he just blamed it on me. It made absolutely no sense. But you know, I guess I was at fault because your daughter wanted to do the devil's tango so bad. I don't know. Things got just worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And honestly, it got to the point where I just couldn't. I didn't want to be there. It was just so awkward from all of them staring me down, knowing what happened. Yeah, it's not fun. Like, guys, get like a bunch of people in a room and make them all stare at you at once. You guys will know the feeling sucks. So I remember I got up and I said, you know what? Thank you guys for this family dinner. I gotta go home and like do some family stuff, which I didn't, by the way. I just wanted to go home. And yeah, peace out. And I literally grabbed my jacket. I left and I went in my car and I told myself, I am never, ever, 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 ever gonna meet my fling's family, or like, you know, basically chicks that I'm not actually dating's family, because let's just say it gives a bad impression if anything goes wrong. And I'm not gonna lie, half of the chicks I talked to was basically just only for the devil's tango. So yeah, not really smart there. But I mean, other than that, that is basically it for today's story. So make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. All right, peace out, guys.
My name is Baba. I'm still on top of the world. Devils taking with your mother. Of course, let's go. Should I make it a story? Let's click record. Got that TikTok with 2 mil hit different with some more. She said she love me. She kept. Should I exit for sure? I got a